Maddie had to be like 3 or 4, and we went yard sailing one summer, and at a yard sale in the neighborhood, someone was selling canning stuff, like the pot, the tools you use to can, and some jars were in there, like loose jars and lids and whatnot, and bands. And I was encouraged to buy it, and it was $2. That had to be like 15 years ago, and I didn't even let alone cook. And I was like, when am I ever going to jar in my life? I don't even cook. And I bought it. All of it was $2, and that had to be probably the best $2 I've ever spent, because look at me now, jarring when I can on my free time. Also, just want to encourage you, even if you think about it and it's part of your goal or your dream to learn how to cook or even like bake in the kitchen. I never liked baking and cooking. Me and Keith were just talking about it. I forgot what I made, and he was like, man, you're such a good cook. And he was like, just to think you never even cooked before. I think I was like 27, 28 when I started cooking. And it wasn't until like 31, till when I had Tommy, I really got into cooking, because he encouraged me. He loves being in the kitchen. So he's encouraged me to cook more, and like I try to make it fun for him, like where he could cut stuff or add stuff or whisk stuff. So we got into baking too, me and Thomas. And Maddie really got into baking in 2020, I believe. She really got into baking. So to spend time with my kids, that's how I got into cooking and baking. So just want to encourage you, even if you think you're never going to cook, or it's your goal to cook this year, to learn, it's never too late, you guys. It's intimidating at first, and you will burn stuff along the way, and but I enjoy it. And now I'm going to jar apple cider today. Yesterday, my sister-in-law and I jarred some apple pie filling, and today, with the peels and the cores from the apples, I am making apple cider, and will be canning this. And this is so comforting on a cold day here. As scary as being in the kitchen canning and cooking sounds, try it. It might be for you. Also, make a new recipe with me tonight. We got chicken thighs. I already chopped it up. I don't think I was supposed to yet till it was cooked. 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. It says a tablespoon each of all the seasonings, but I'm just gonna do a teaspoon because that's a lot. That is a lot for this amount of chicken. So we have onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, cumin, cayenne pepper, optional. Try a little bit. And let's mix this up and marinate it. Actually, I might do 2 teaspoons because the recipe says 1 tablespoon, which in my honest opinion looks like a lot. Let me stir this and see. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more of everything. We'll add a little bit more seasonings. Oregano. Paprika. Cumin. Garlic powder. Onion powder. So now we're gonna put the rice. I have 2 cups of rice that I rinsed in here in the pot. We're just gonna add 3 cups of chicken bone broth. And 1 bay leaf, and get this cooking. These are kind of broken up. Get that started while the chicken's marinating, and then get the chicken onto a wire rack. And we have the oven preheating at 400 degrees. Back burner, I'm gonna get 2 cans of black beans. So I just filled one of these cans up with water, and then the same exact spices that were on the chicken. See, this is a lot. The chicken said 1 tablespoon, so I did the correct measurements for the beans, the same that's supposed to be on the chicken. So, and I'll pour that in there once that starts simmering. Here's the chicken that's about to go in the oven. Here's the rice, the beans, and water. We are gonna cut up 3 limes and juice them for the rice. I already have the cilantro all cut up for the rice. So let's do that. There's the cilantro we cut up. The 3 limes for the rice. There's the beans, it's simmering, so we're gonna cover it and turn it down and let it simmer for 10 minutes. Good thing I bought 4 limes because I forgot we need to make the sauce on top. Mayonnaise, about a 1/2 cup, and a lime juice, and hot sauce. I'm debating on what hot sauce to use. Sriracha, or I'm not sure how to pronounce the other one, but I'll show you here in a minute. Cholova? I think I'll go with this because it might taste better with the seasonings we have. Forgot, we have to get a pan heated, a frying pan. I cut these. I knew I was gonna make this meal, I just didn't know when, and I knew I was going to get busy this week, which I did, having 4 kids with all different schedules. So I cut up a green pepper and a red onion. I have some avocado oil in a pan heating up. So we're gonna let that heat up, and we will add the veggies into this in a minute and start frying it. Okay, the timer just went off for everything. The chicken is coming out of the oven. It's hot. There's the chicken. Oh, baby, it's hot in here. The veggies are frying. I'll move you over here to the rice and we'll start mixing up the rice. I'm gonna take the bay leaves out and I'm going to transfer the rice into this pot right here, and I'll be back. Here's the 3 limes that we squeezed. Just throw it in the rice. And some cilantro. And we'll toss this, fluff it, toss it, whatever. The rice is mixed with the cilantro. The beans are done simmering. The veggies are probably where I want it. A little crunch. Also, this is a new recipe, so let's build our bowl. We got the rice, the beans, the veggies, and the sauce. Obviously, cooking isn't always fun and appealing. Obviously, it was a hot mess today, but everything turned out. It was spicy, but the lime rice, cilantro, brought a freshness to the spice from the beans and the chicken, and this was such a filling meal. It was a new recipe I tried. Sometimes I do new recipes just to motivate myself to cook and enjoy it. For dessert, I helped jar some apple pie filling last night. This one didn't seal, so one of my favorite ways to eat the apple pie filling we make is to heat it up and then pour it over ice cream. Actually, I'm gonna do all of it. My kids will eat it all. So let's get that heated. I got my little kitchen helper, pull the ice cream out. As frustrating as it may get in the kitchen sometimes, especially a busy mom, you know, it was nice to just sit and enjoy what we made by hand tonight, homemade, and this work that we did with this apple pie filling. Everything was just so filling and comforting, and I just hope this encourages you to try cooking.